We've got 3 beeches to remove on this property and the stumps to grind, so this was the first stage of the project. On the first 2, the roots are beginning to rot, which is a reason for us doing the job. The first tree, all limbs overhang a clear drop zone, some tips overhanging wires by 1 metre. The second tree, most limbs overhang laurels and the neighbour's fence. 1 branch to be retained is a rigging point to swing limbs into the drop zone. 2 days climbing per tree, 1 day splitting and tidy per tree, 3 men on all days.
Nice, you can't do the tree, man.
It's also the debut of my conversion to a fleet of steel saws, and my last surviving husky being demoted to backup. The previous generation of designs are no longer a match for Steel's latest and greatest, and my old huskies are so heavy when compared to the 500i, which everyone loves using, or the 362, which is my new chogging saw. Steel also has an answer to the Baby Echo with the 194 that is essentially a 150 on steroids. It's heavier than the Echo but outputs 1.4 kilowatts of power instead of 1.1, and with its quarter pitch chain it cuts smooth and fast. All good stuff.
Yeah, this is fun.
Before the first fell, the customer asked for this carving in the tree to be saved. He also asked for a bench, which we didn't have time to carve. Also, it would have been impossible to move. We were able to carve the family a stool each from the larger branches. The trunks were logged and halved and taken in trucks to a local farm, but we were limited by how much we could load in the trucks, as they were at risk of being squished by the heavy wood. The red truck saved us a day's worth of log loads, so once again it's proving useful, though I'm not sure how much abuse the back can take. Abby took 2 loads in it, Pete took 1, James took 1 load in his transit, Bill took 2 transit loads, and I took 2 defender loads. Total, that's 8 truckloads of wood taken off site, with a further 3 full defender loads split by hand and left for the customer. He also kept all of the wood chip.
It's going, Matt.
Beach number 2, a bit more complicated than the first one. So we're setting up a rigging system to make certain that nothing hits the house and to swing everything over the neighbour's side. into our drop zone, which is down there. I really like this rigging eye for its simplicity. We used this system to move branches away from the fence and the shrubs. Bill and Tom did a great job on the ropes, and I barely felt the branches on the rigging line. I had some fancy angles, including lowering the camera attached to a log, but I managed to corrupt the files, so all I have now is grainy time-lapse to show for it.
Hi mate.
See ya!